today, from San Diego, California, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's San Diego taking on the Houston Texans.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Houston Texans. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
On the return, it's Coates. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering
I was just going to say.
That's where I go. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. McCord. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Out comes Deshaun Watson, ready to captain the ship here for this Houston offense.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to work.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this will be swung out for Lindsey.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. McCord looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hess.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. McCord. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Red Dragons have taken the early lead.
People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Houston set to take over.
And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
That nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be second down.
To throw again on second down. Watson throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
2nd and 5.
Looking to throw. McCord throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ramsey. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Callaway. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
Off the bootleg. McCord out to his left. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in colleges delivered to the NFL.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCord. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Red Dragons lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Now Watson. Completes it to the tight end, Burton.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is brought in at the 21. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
On first down, Callaway. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. McCord. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He's going to try and go deep again. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete.
And on now is the punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Watson off play action. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off at the 40.
Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, that he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the 1st down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
And his kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Again, it's Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Faking the give. Now Watson. There again is Cooks, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right. Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On is the punt team now as this one sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Back to throw, Watson. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. Koo now for the point after. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll run on first down. Callaway. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Looking to throw. McCord. He finds his man. Complete. It's Hess. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. Second down. On second down now, Callaway, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Back to throw. McCord, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Watson now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
He's got Burton here. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Watson. He'll complete this one to Collins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. 2nd and 4. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Watson looks to throw again. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. From the red zone now, Watson, screen pass to Lindsey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, and it's a fumble. It's going the other way. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And he comes back with one complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He finds his man complete. That's Hess. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week, he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw again. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And incomplete on the deep ball. 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let it go again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This officially a 55-yard attempt. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was the Giants who were able to come away with the road victory. Daniel Jones, excellent in the victory, as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home in U.S. Bank Stadium. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Jones with 2 touchdown runs. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott, excellent in the victory, as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. So that a free 15 yards.
And it's always a tough one as a defender because a lot of the penalties that you commit, pass interference, holding, when they happen, you actually know what you're doing. But a face mask penalty, a lot of times it's inadvertent, but it still costs you the same amount of yardage.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Watson. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Here's a give to Lindsey. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
So a change of possession here on the punt. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. McCord. He finds his man complete. It's Hess. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give right side. Callaway. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. From the gun, McCord steps away to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable. On 3rd down, Callaway. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. They'll try and run with their fullback. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. McCord. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McCord.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. Deshaun Watson and the Texans offense trot back out there. We will see here that he's done quite a bit, but the bottom line, I guess, partner, it hasn't been enough right now.
And let's face it, everyone wants to be in a spotlight, but when you're not winning, that's not quite as much fun because that's the bottom line, especially if you're a quarterback. Did you lead your team to a victory? No matter how many passes you threw, completed, all of that, that's what he wants to get done.
So far, he does at least have some good highlights to take home with him. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On second down, right back to Lindsey. Good footwork at the 30. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half. He's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On first down, it's Lindsey. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. Here's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Lindsey. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now Stewart on first down. Stays on his feet. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Working with his second and 4. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 74 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll keep it on the ground. Callaway. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. Off play action. McCord. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in?
Second down, here's an option right. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Now it's Watson. Got a man. It's Collins complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Texans scoop it. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On second down, Callaway, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game. One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Being chased out left. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
So they bring out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 15. Throwing to start the drive. Watson, he finds his man, complete. It's Burton.
7 yards, the pickup there.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Watson's throw taken in there by Cooks.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. To throw is Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Burton. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
36 yards on the punt with no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll run on 1st down. Callaway, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Off the play fake. McCord rolling to his right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. The handoff comes to Stewart. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. McCord. He finds his man. Complete. It's Hess. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he's on to kick it away. On the return, it's King.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And out will come the offense as they take over. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Watson, a little check down to Lindsey. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. He'll find Lindsey here.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as it looks like, yeah, that's Lindsey still down on the field now. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Chambers. And that was some effort, but it would appear that he's going to come up about a yard short. Now, they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Cooks on the quick slant. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the gun, here's Watson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
To the air yet again, Watson. And Cooks has it over the middle. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. And his kick is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The home side once again ready to take over offensively and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. We'll check on his status when we get back. His throw incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on 4th down because you can try the long field goal, you could go for it, or you could punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
He finds his man complete. It's Hess. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Hands it off out of the gun. Shelling through the defense. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On first down, count away, and they'll get him down right around the 16. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward, because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. And his kick is good. Despite the rainstorm, a good snap, a good hold, and the kick went through. And this home crowd is in a frenzy as their guys have pulled it out of the end. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And I think you'd have to label this an upset. Yes, they were at home, but still an upset. They got the job done.
Yeah, even being at home was not enough for people to think they were going to pull this one off. But give them credit for playing not just a smart football game, but one where they were going to be physical about the whole thing. They put up their fists and said, let's fight, and showed their crowd that they were into this one.
Then that's the thing. The crowd responded. They were really good in this game.
Yeah, they were not going to be pushed around. They were not going to be intimidated. They refused to back down and came away with a victory.
So for the home team here, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Houston, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.